Hello everybody and welcome back to V.E.D.A Vlogging every day in April. We are halfway through our month of favorites, halfway through our V.E.D.A challenge, and we're still going strong. But you guys knew at least at this point it would have to get geeky. And yes, we've already talked about video games. Yes, we've already talked about wrestling. But it's time for it to get weeby up in this bitch. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, I've been having a lot of watermelon. We're going to talk about favorite anime. Now, here's the thing. When I first got into anime, and this being, I actually knew it was anime. Like, this is animation from Japan. It is originally in a different language, and it's dubbed over in English. I had been watching anime for the longest time as a kid, but to me it was just cartoons. Things like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle Beat-em-on. Shit, I didn't even know Inuyasha. And that's a Japanese word filled with Japanese folklore. And honestly, I just thought it was a cartoon. The first anime that I ever watched, knowing full well that it was an anime, and pray for my immortal soul, was Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yup. It was so bad I had trauma-induced amnesia and forgot that I had ever seen it until I rewatched it at Lord Zeratot's house when I was like early high school, and I remembered Asuka and I screamed. I'm not even kidding. Like, I wish I could go back to those days and show you. But I also don't want to go back to those days because high school me was a cunt. Like, you would look back at your high school self and be like, how'd you not get the shit kicked out of you on a constant basis? But, yeah. Yeah, it was good times. That was the very first anime I ever saw. So you would think that maybe my favorite animes would be psychological, you know, very twisted, dark. Yeah, no, I love magical girl animes. I absolutely love... Probably my favorite magical girl anime is one called Utakata. It's fairly not well known. It's a girl who discovers a magical girl through a mirror realm, and she frees her and grants her the ability of the Jinn. D-J-I-N-N. It's basically genies, right? And these elemental genies each give her different powers. It's a little bit more twisted than standard magical girl shows, kind of like Sailor Moon or Cardcaptors, but it's not on the level of, like, Madoka Magica. I love Madoka Magica, don't get me wrong, but that's another video. Also, huge shout out to Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha, and all of its fucking sequels and spin-offs that have come out. Absolutely fantastic. I wanted to get into animes like Naruto or Bleach or Dragon Ball Z. The problem is I don't have the attention span for it, and they've got about 1,000 episodes each. I'm just not fucking doing it, bro. Oh, shout out to the comment section. Both Ruby and Avatar The Last Airbender are not fucking anime. I don't care if you guys keep calling it anime. It was made in North America. It's not an anime. Now that that's settled, let's talk about the favorites. So, my name is Kira. It's not my actual name, although that's never going to be known to the YouTube community because it's just not a part of me anymore. Kira will eventually become my real legal name, but I basically handpicked this from one of my favorite animes in the world, Death Note. It's a name that means killer, but it's also very pretty. It's mystical. It invokes this sense of wonder. And I always wanted to basically be that kind of badass princess. You know, it's a work in progress. But Death Note is easily one of the most intelligent animes I've ever seen. Mostly I read the manga, but I have seen enough clips of the show to know that it's one of the best of all time. Code Geass runs around the same factor as that, but I believe that Code Geass went a little bit too far with it. It's a show that probably should have ended like 6 episodes sooner. Really, when you get into season 2, if you haven't seen Code Geass, I won't spoil anything for you, but they introduce a character in the 2nd season that just straight up does not need to be there. It's there for a shock value, and that's about it. He's pretty much completely superfluous. Or on High School Host Club. This was an anime I never thought that I would love. This was an anime I didn't even think I'd like. I was just like, okay, it's a bunch of pretty anime boys being pretty anime boys. And for the first maybe 2 episodes, that's exactly what the show was. You know, getting you involved with the characters' different personalities and how they use them to woo over the women in this host club they host in Ouran High School. Then you start learning about the characters, and oh boy, there's so much more to this series than pretty anime boys being pretty anime boys. Again, I won't spoil anything, but watch this show. If you're skeptical on dubs, this is probably one of the best dubbed animes ever. It's got an all-star cast. I know that people don't like V.E.D.A for a myriad of reasons that I don't have enough information to say are true or false, but it's not just Vic. Vic does an amazing job as Tamaki, but you've got J. Michael Tatum. Every time I think of him, I think of just Black Butler. Black Butler's also amazing. But you got J. Michael Tatum, you've got Greg Ayers, you know, Colleen Clinkenbeard, all of these amazing, crazy good voice actors that just pull out all the stops for this. Obviously, I mentioned Black Butler. Black Butler's really cool, great action, great plot. You've obviously got J. Michael Tatum there again, as well as... I cannot think of her name. I cannot think of her name. I think it's the same person who plays Haruhi in Ouran, too, so... I don't know. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is everything in an emotional anime. Fan service. If you're there for big anime girl titties, you're going to get that, too. You know, you're going to get these questions of will they, won't they. Angel Beats is an anime that will make you cry. This is crying the anime. It's so emotional. You feel for every one of these characters. The music will make you cry. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to move on to my favorite, because I think this video is going to get way too long. I could talk about great anime for the test of time. I could probably make an entire half an hour to 45-minute video just on my favorite anime, if I were to include spoilers. But I'm going to talk about my favorite anime. Here's the thing. My favorite characters are usually female. They're usually very adorable and happy and feminine. And, you know, if you looked at my top, like, waifu characters, you'd be looking at probably Chi from Chobits, you know, Hinata from Naruto, that kind of thing. Love Chobits too, by the way. Special mention for that. Very, very funny anime. I don't like tsundere characters. And those of you who aren't anime fans, tsundere characters mean those people who like a main character or are incredibly perverted, but they don't want to show it, and they will often assault the main character multiple times, and to me it's just boring, it's cliched, it doesn't make any sense, and honestly, the third time a bitch hit me with a club, I'd hit her fucking back. Just like, you know, if you're gonna get on me for this dumb shit, just fuck off. There's no reason why these people would be friends with a tsundere character. The only exceptions are 2. For me, at least, that I have seen so far. Feel free to recommend me some in the comment section below. I would love to get back into anime. Asuka Langley Soryu in Evangelion, because Shinji is forced to interact with her. I don't think he would if he was given the choice, but then again, it is Shinji Ikari we're talking about here. This man is a crazy man. And Taiga Aisaka in Toradora. This is the most believable anime love story I have ever seen. And the reason is because anime tends to make their characters perfect. This happens a lot with shonen animes or magical girl animes, where the main character is this infallible source of morality and power and friendship that it honestly just gets kind of boring. If you want to see something like that, it's fun to just watch the good guy win sometimes. I'm a wrestling fan. I believe that at WrestleMania, the good guys should win. That should be the ultimate culmination of the storyline. But it's good to see a bad guy win maybe once or twice, or maybe kind of confuse yourself onto whether they will do the right thing. In Toradora, Ryuji and Taiga are in love with each other's best friends. And while they may not get along personally together, they put aside their differences to help each other win the affection of their best friends. This ends up eventually leading, kinda spoilers, kinda duh, to Ryuji and Taiga eventually falling in love with each other. Taiga is tiny, she's insecure, she's aggressive. She's aggressive because people naturally just don't like her. They make fun of her. She hates her body. She doesn't do her dishes. It's just this trust fund girl whose parents never pay attention to her. They gave her a house. They gave her everything materially that she ever wanted, but she never understood truly what love was because she never had it before. And when she finally gets it, she's freaked out by it. She thinks that she wants this one guy because he's attractive and he's nice, because he's just nice to her. And what makes more sense to her is Ryuji and her being in this business-like partnership over love. They turn love into a business. And this is when she starts to slowly come out of her shell. There's a lot of very... sorry. There's a lot of really funny moments, but the tsundere aspect of her character makes more sense. The reason Ryuji continues to hang around with her, even though that she's tsundere, continues to make sense. There's a point to this. Taiga seems relatable. Ryuji seems relatable. One of these girls or one of these guys in your classroom or in your friend group. And spoilers, cut to the end of the video if you don't want to see this. You'll see my hand waving again. Okay? But here's the spoilers for the end and future of Toradora. They actually get together. Animes don't do this. They leave the relationship ambiguous. Will they, won't they? And it's bullshit. Just have the couple get together. But they don't like to solidify things like that. Toradora not only did that, but it expanded in a PlayStation Portable, like a PSP visual novel game for Toradora. I believe it's for the PSP or PS Vita. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where at the end of the day, if you pick Taiga, which that is the canonical ending, Taiga is pregnant. After a time skip, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure they're still in high school, but Taiga is pregnant. Anime doesn't do that. Occasionally you'll get Simone and Nia from Gurren Lagann, even though that gets fucked. you get Naruto, I guess. Couples finally fucking happen in the Boruto saga, but I just love the fact that there's an anime where the couple just get together. The guy gets the girl gets the guy, and they're happy. Because you want to see these characters be happy. So, watch this anime. It's absolutely incredible. I'm going to do the wave. Hey, welcome back, just in case you guys didn't like the spoilers. This is the end slate of the video. Don't forget to leave in the comment section down below what your favorite animes are. I would love to hear some recommendations. I've been thinking of watching Food Wars, and one time I got reincarnated into a slime, because those both look just fantastic. Also, leave in the comment section down below what we should do for our month of favorites in our V.E.D.A challenge, vlogging every day in April. I'm TheMedievalMassacre, and that's the 411.